First of all, I'd like to say I'm under extreme duress up here. My good friend Randy, who I'm visiting here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania for the first time, Army buddy from 40 years ago, twisted my arm to do this because normally I'm kind of a back of the stage kind of guy. I play bass in a cover rock band, and bass players aren't known for being out front and being like real dynamic. In fact, the fact the guys in the band, they got me a wireless rig for my bass. I can actually stand behind the curtain and play and not be seen at all. So this is pretty stressful for me to be out here in front of a microphone. They don't let me anywhere near a mic. But anyway, I hope all y'all aren't tired of Army stories. And I say all y'all because I come from the South, or actually I grew up in New York, but I was told that y'all is singular, all y'all is the plural part, so I'm always careful to say that. Anyways, I digress. So I guess I got some more nighttime Army stories to tell here. Just like Randy said, we had a bunch of slow-moving trucks, and we always had to do these convoys out to our GDP or Global Defense Plan area from Karlsruhe, Germany, out to the Czech border. It took about 8 hours going 30 miles per hour, always in the darkness of night. And the interesting thing is, on the way out, we had a bunch of old trucks, and we had a lot of problems with people getting lost and things broken down while we were heading out the train for a few weeks. Coming back was totally different. Everybody always got right back real quick. Kind of strange thing. We never could figure out why that happened. But anyways, one night we're going out, totally dark night, no moon, hardly any starlight. I think there was a lot of clouds, and always a lot of clouds in Germany in the winter. And as usual, we have broken down trucks, and I think Randy was one of the maintenance guys at that point, not only a section leader, but he was quite skilled at figuring out what was wrong with the trucks. And we're on the side of the Autobahn. I mean, we took the Autobahn out there to get there. And as you know, the Germans are driving 100, 120 miles per hour down the Autobahn while we're going like 30. And we're pulled over pretty much to the side. And Randy's walking around the truck, getting away from the mic here, trying to figure out what's wrong, and he's on the side away from the Autobahn, which is cool, but then he can't see anything wrong there, and he goes out on the other side, and all of a sudden I see this real big truck coming, like probably 80, 90, maybe 100 miles per hour, and I hear this screeching noise and this terrible tearing, and Randy and I are roommates, and I'm thinking, I'm going to have to find another roommate now, and this is true. Believe it or not, the mirror on that truck had caught the side of his field jacket and like ripped half his jacket right off. And somehow he survived that, and I'm very thankful for it because I didn't have to find a new roommate. So, trying to stay with the night sky theme here, and definitely hook me if I go over time here. I haven't practiced at all, totally extemporaneously here. So I wasn't an engineer officer like Randy. I was the commo guy for the battalion. So we had about 30 or 40 officers, all engineer guys, great at building bridges, blowing things up. Didn't know so much about radios, though. That was my job. So we're leading the convoy out, and I'm with the major. And in a battalion our size, most of us were lieutenants and captains. You only have one major and one colonel, so the major's a pretty important guy. We wanted to try to keep him somewhat safe. So I'm with him trying to do the commo, trying to help him keep in contact with everybody in the battalion. And as usual, everything's breaking down, and it's a terrible convoy. We're going out dark at night, and the major's getting pretty upset about everything. And we're pulling over to one of the rest stops, and it's still pretty close to the Autobahn with everybody going by at 100 miles per hour. And the major's out there kind of looking down, trying to see like where all the trucks were, and everything's broken down, and having this previous experience with Randy almost getting run over by a truck, I go up to the major and say, sir, you might want to step back from I'm afraid you're going to get hit. And Major Ely was quite the sarcastic guy. He just takes a couple steps back and forth, looks down at me and goes, Lieutenant, maybe it'd be better that way. And I don't know how I'm doing on time. I haven't got hooked yet. So I'll tell one more quick Major Ely story, and then we'll get on to a real storyteller. Trying to stay with the nighttime theme, when we're out in the field, we did have a little bit of downtime, and we often practice just out in the German forest, and we're near a little German town. So the major and I are kind of strolling around looking, through this little town, and we see this beautiful new Mercedes parked on the side of the road. The major looks at me and goes, Lieutenant, I could never own a car like that. And I'm a little confused. I said, sir, why not? I mean, you're a major. I think you make a pretty good salary. And I've seen other majors with some pretty nice cars. You could probably afford one of those. He goes, no, Lieutenant, it's not the money, it's child abuse. I'm a little confused. I go, sir, child abuse? And he goes, yeah, the first time one of the kids takes the ice cream cone and puts it on the back seat, whap. So I thank you for your attention. And